through a virtual tour of the Moche Valley and pretty much go over some of the archaeological sites that have been uncovered and pretty much used to create a lot of information on these Indians. So if you look at this here, there are a lot of tour guide options. I downloaded a script that pretty much runs and pinpoints a lot of the sites of Southern America. On South America, you see there's minimal inland and most are on the west. So if we check out the Peru area, there's a lot up here, and then there's Chile and Paraguay, um, and Uruguay, and a lot of the other countries here in South America. So let's focus in pretty much over here. So if we zoom in on the satellite imagery, you can see it starts getting closer and closer, and you can start to see the sediment and also the elevation and such like that. Pretty much what we're going to focus on first is the Huaca del Sol, which is the main temple that the Moche used to do all of their worships. You can see this little pinpoint here that we can actually pull up and hit on. If this will work right there, which brings up a little, pretty much picture of the whole thing, and you can see there's a little um, snippet here of pretty much the temple, several ruins found near a volcanic peak. So it was built into the side of a volcanic peak, and you can see that it pretty much they kind of etched away at a mountain and were able to build a nice formation there. So if we go even further, that you can see that there's a second archaeological site called the Huaca del Luna, which is pretty much the same exact purpose, which is a ritual area for their religion and pretty much where they would worship the gods and also pray to the stars and moon. So if you look over here, I guess you can see a few pictures. We'll pull them up of the Huaca del Sol, and then we'll do um, a person view, whatever that is, first person. We can see here that there's another picture there, and then there's a couple of things on the outside like this, and a couple inner pictures if you can check the inside of it, which there were a few pictures. There's the whole sites where they set up camp and pretty much excavate everything around it, but there were a few pictures of the inside of it. I don't really see it. There you can see it in the distance, but I don't, maybe it's this one here. There you go. So that's pretty much the side of it, and then that's pretty much where they built up their camp. Check out a few other pictures over here, which are just going to show it from distance, like so. So it is a massive type of structure. You can see there, just a tree scale it up, and you can see the actual temple itself. So if we check it out, we can put the guy right here. We'll put him. So it isn't going to show the elevation as much, so we're right around it here, but you can see that it was pretty much built into the side of a mountain, so you can see the mountains in the distance, such as the one behind the Temple de la Luna, which is pretty much a nice look at that. So if we go back into aerial view, pretty much exit this out, and come up over here, you can see that the Temple de la Luna is much more flat. It's not necessarily as built in as the other one, but there are a lot of nice archaeological sites. You can see the De La Sol from the distance there, but there were a lot of things on the inside. So you can see here that there's a lot of inscriptions, a lot of hieroglyphics, also stories and stuff, and nice pictures over here. So you can check this out. You can see that there are remnants of the walls that they built. The structure itself is not necessarily there still, but you can see that there are different burial sites and things that they're able to uncover, and just the ruins and the rock that they used to build this nice temple. So you can see over here, that's another view of a lot of the things that they were able to pick up. Alright, so next, really what I want to get into is the last one, which is El Brujo, which is pretty much, I gotta change, nope, this way. Okay, which is pretty much up the coast a little more. I think it's up here. I gotta zoom in a little bit more to find it. So now I don't really want to search it because that might give the wrong Brujo, because there's a bunch of them. I just see where it is. So the Sol, Temple de la Sol is over here. So Brujo is going to be over here. Alright, so you can see that this is more another site that the Moche were able to inhabit and pretty much was the secondary city for them. So they really stretched far out throughout Peru. And this has more actual sites. So you can see here that there's where they set up camp, the archaeological site. And over here is a lot of like things built into the side of the mountain. A mound excavation right there you can see You're also able to see, once again, a lot of the same type of figures and sculptures like such. And then you're able to see the steps and pretty much just the foundation of any structure that they had. You're able to see some nice tile, textile stuff there. You can also see a lot of inscriptions on the walls. You can see that there are, looks to be remnants of a picture. And then out here are more of the excavation sites, and this is where they did all their, they actually farmed a lot here. So you can see here, and then also over here there's a lot of farmland and good crops that the Moche were able to use and eat and trade. So if we check over here, you can just see all these pictures of just the sites and pretty much all the digging up that all the archaeologists do. So there you go. That's another nice one. That looks to be kind of like a shelf area, possibly a chimney over there where they would cook, and pretty much like an oven. Just so we could check this out, and that's pretty cool. So we've got nice etching and different brick layouts and stuff etched into the brick with colors and whatever dyes they used. So that's pretty much that. The virtual tour, you can see that they stretch all the way from El Brujo all the way up to, you know, the Temple de la Sol and Luno, which are pretty much all the way over here. So if we go back out again and pretty much look at it, that's, you know, this is around like 50 miles inland, and the Brujo is kind of the same thing. But the Moche had Indians and tribes all the way into pretty much the mountains here, and there aren't many over here, but you can see like Simbal and a couple of things in the valley over here, which the Moche kind of inhabited also. So you can see there's a lot of places and pictures of just all different types of archaeological sites. So that's pretty much that. I just wanted to show that and pretty much showcase the Google Earth satellite imagery, which is really one of the cool things in the modern technology that archaeologists are able to use and really get a glimpse of not only the things you can't see while walking and doing ground surveys, but, you know, also just the insane fun that comes with it and just looking at all this. So that's pretty much it, and go check out the other parts of the site.